Hey, everybody, welcome to Empowerment Sessions with yours truly, Philip Suber. Now, this podcast is meant to empower the authentic version of you to impact the world around you like only you can. So, before we get into our conversation, if you haven't already, please take a moment and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button and also share with someone that you know. All right, ready? Let's go. Hey, everybody, it's Pastor Phil again with your empowerment sessions. And hey, we are in a continual discussion on affirmations. And we talked about the significance of I am previously. And today I want to bring you the first affirmation. And here we are. I am God's customized creation. I'll say it again. I am God's customized creation. I'm unique in everything about me. See, in Genesis 1 and 26, he says that let us make man in our image and our likeness. He's given us the framework and some divine attributes as to who God is a part of the makeup of who we are. And even within that, he's given us the distinctiveness individually. Things like the physicality, the color of your eyes, and the way that your hands are, and your hair, and your skin tone and skin color, the impressions and the silhouette of who you are, your nose and your ears, the significance of your shoulders and body type, the height in which you are. All those things make up the distinction as it relates to who you are as an individual. But furthermore, when you talk about the uniqueness of who we are and the customization, and you think about the fact that everyone has blood, but not everyone has the exact same DNA strands. I remember reading a book by Dr. Caroline Reeve, and she talks about how our emotions even have an effect on changing effect on our DNA. And so the DNA in which we started with is not the same as it was or is today because we've been through so many experiences and our actual thoughts and emotions have a direct impact as it relates to our DNA strands. But not only that, but everyone has hands, but not everyone has the exact same fingerprint. And just think of the distinctiveness of that, even the significance of how everyone has a different tone in their voices and high pitches, mid pitches, and low pitches, but no one sounds exactly the same, though there may be great similarities, but there's not exactly the same. Even twins have something that is different about them that makes one unique for the other. From the other, rather, you are God's customized creation. And even though we just talked about physically, but here it is physically, intellectually, spiritually, creativity, or creatively, or creatively, rather, you are so distinct in the ideas and the viewpoints and the perspectives. You have a mind that thinks like none other, although it may be similar among similar thought patterns. There may be parallels in the ways in which certain people see things, but there is a distinctiveness in your viewpoint and your voice and your expression and how you feel, your emotions behind the things in which you've experienced, which you see, in which you have heard it, even how you communicate it, the way in which you speak it, and the process of how you communicate it, whether your communication style is great verbally or even more so in your writing and not necessarily speaking, even in your ability to process information and data and various knowledge and then begin to reciprocate that and begin to give it back out. You are in some form of fashion unique and distinctive and customized according to God's plan and his purpose for your life. And here it is. We all fit into this big scheme of life, but we all have an individual role to play that no one else can play but us. No one else can bring about the magic of our existence except for us. No one can else can have your voice, and no one can have your charisma. No one can duplicate and carry your smile. No one can say the things in which you say in the way in which you say it. No one can process information. No one can articulate the vision of your life the way that you can. No one can dream the dreams that you can. Although we have similar taste and styles and likes, and even sometimes similarity in the looks in which we wear in our clothing and the styles of our hair, yet we're all distinctive in our own right. And it's important for us to understand that. That when God created us and released us into this earth, He released us not all at the same time, but at appointed times that were designated according to the mindset and the uniqueness of who we are. Because even in this moment, this right now is the year 2020, and there's so many people who are no longer with us, and there are people who are not even born in this era, not born in this decade, not born in this century. Why? Because they came in the time in which they were meant to come. So why are you here? There's a unique purpose as to why you are here. In the city that you're in, right now, in the seat that you're sitting, in the car that you're driving, or maybe you're jogging or you're walking or wherever you are, why are you there? There is purpose. Why is it that you have been allowed to accumulate the vast experiences that you have that have helped shape the mindset that you have? Why is it that you are the one that is focused more on healing in this point of your life? Why is it that you are the one who is focused on giving and being a healer at this point in your life? Why are you the philanthropist? Why are you the Joseph in your family who's able to financially support and anchor your family, or mentally anchor your family, or spiritually anchor your family? Why are you the one that's called to the ministry? Why are you the one in the leadership position? Why are you the one who's aspiring to be the leader? Why are you being mentored? Why are you the mentor? Why are you the visionary behind the business, the corporation, and the ideas that you have? Why are they coming to life? Why are you the one who's so gifted and incredibly able to support those who have visions? So why are you who you are? Your purpose is unique. Your physicality is unique. Your intellectual ability is unique. Your ability to comprehend the things in which you so easily comprehend that is a struggle to others is unique. Why is it that you have an ear for music when others have to be trained for it? It's something unique about you that when you sing, although your voice is not the one of Whitney Houston, there's something magical about when you sing. There is a distinctiveness about when you open your mouth to speak, that it gravitates or it captivates the hearts and the minds of people, and it takes them into a place where they're able to see what they were never able to see, to imagine what they were not able to imagine, to comprehend what seemed to be a foreign concept. Why is it that your heart is so warm towards others when many in the world are cold-hearted? Why is it that you see colors when you look at people? And why is it that you can look at a person and see and feel their pain and see exactly what they're going through and know how to bring healing and restoration to the lives? Why do you have a heart for the homeless? Why? Because you were customized. You are God's customized creation. He's created you with a unique purpose that fits into the scheme of His great glory. You are an expression of the vastness of the glory of God. You're something else. And this is why it is important that when we understand in this affirmation that I am God's customized creation, then I can't do myself an injustice by conforming to everyone else's ideas and expectations and patterns. I can't settle for that which is easy because I'm afraid of pushing myself. I'm afraid of the challenges. I must stand out. I must be willing to be the express image of God's creation that He's called me to be, and all the glory that He's made me in the image and the likeness of Himself, with all the distinctiveness that He's giving me and the creativity and the ambitions and the dreams that He's given me. I have to do it. You 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 have to do it because no one else can do it. No one else is as equipped. And I know that sometimes we're tempted to look at others and we say that this person is more able, this person, but that person is not you. That person and all the greatness of who they are does not compare to all the greatness that you are, that I am, that we are. We are God's customized creation. Romans 12 even encourages us or instructs us in verse 2 that says that do not conform any longer to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I want to take this moment to call you out of mediocrity, to call you out of the insecurity that causes you to blend in and forfeit your greatness so that others will feel more comfortable being around you. I call you out of those low places in your mind that seem to cover up all of the greatness that is within inside of you, because you understand that that greatness is going to cause for you to stand out. That greatness is going to call for you to be different. That greatness is going to make some people uncomfortable. That greatness is meant to shake systems of government. That greatness is meant to shift mindsets into another level of greater thinking. That greatness is meant to bring about a new image, a new visibility, a new manifestation of something great that has never been seen before. You are called out of the normalcy or the normalcy of this day, of this season, of this decade, of this era, and of this generation, of this world, into the uniqueness and the beauty and the great significance of who you are as an individual. And to understand that people are waiting on your voice, your call, your hug, your touch, your thoughts, your ideas, your business, your ministry, whatever it is that is in your hands to do, your songs, your visualization, your graphic ideas, your political concepts, your ability to defend in the realm of law and judgment, your ability to sit on the court, on the Senate, in the House, whether it's Democratic or Republican, or whether it's just liberal, whatever your position may be, there is something great about you, and there's something unique about you that God wants to use. And so it is important that you do not settle, that you do not quit. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your uniqueness. Don't be ashamed of your uniqueness, but learn how to let your uniqueness shine. And I'm talking about the essence and the core of who you are, that is beautiful, that is lovely, that is whole, that is healed. And even if you feel that there is parts of you that are broken, understand. I love this idea of when Jesus heals the 10 lepers, and he tells them to go and show themselves to the priests. And as they go, they find that the healing begins to manifest as they go to the priest. And one of the 10 lepers, he notices the changes, he notices the healing taking place, and he stops and he turns around and he goes back to Jesus and he says, "Thank you." And Jesus says, "Was there not 10 of you?" And he says, "You have been made whole. What am I saying to you?" Yes, there may be areas in your life that are incomplete, that are still being put together. There may be areas where you still need healing, and you need to be reconciled, and you need to be forgiven, or you need to forgive, and wholeness needs to come. But it doesn't give you an excuse to be still and to be stagnant and to hide and to cover up and to not be the authentic, unique version of who you are. You still have to go, because as you go, you're going to see it all come together. Today's affirmation: I am God's customized creation. Remember that when you look in the mirror, remember that you are God's customized creation. Hey, thanks again for joining me in this discussion today, Empowerment Sessions. I really appreciate and hope that you did take the time to subscribe if you already haven't, and also if you took a moment to share it. If you haven't, you still got time to do it. Now listen, remember that this podcast is meant to empower the authentic version of you, to impact the world around you like only you can. Now, you can follow me even after the podcast is over on Instagram at empowerment_sessions, or at I am Philip Super. And even on Facebook, you can join the empowerment community as well if you follow me on there with Empowerment Sessions page. All right. I look forward to adding you guys to the group and seeing your comments on how this podcast has really impacted you in a positive way. Until next time, remember, it's all about you being empowered to help the next generation.